What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, do all that good stuff. I will be covering the Patriots throughout the entire summer with, every breaking news, every big signing we make, I will be reporting. This is a channel where I'm going to be discussing a lot of Patriots talk, And for you guys, just be sure to subscribe, drop a like, do all that good stuff. I love interacting with you guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I like, hearing the scenarios. I have a lot of fun on Twitter, just chatting with you guys. But with that being said, guys, I have a top 5 list of running backs that I think the Patriots should go after in free agency. When you look at the Patriots, the depth chart isn't looking too good, guys. It's literally, Rhamondre, Stevenson, and then you have, Hasty, that was a part of this team last year. Jamal Hasty, I believe he's not under contract. Then you look at Ty Montgomery. I don't think he's part of the Patriots plan. And then you have Ezekiel Elliot, which is, he's a free agent. So right now, Rhamondre Stevenson is pretty much looking for help, guys. Last year, I think we ran him through the mud. I think he got a lot of touches. And even the year before that, I think he got banged up towards the end of the year because we relied on him so heavy. And I think this year, we definitely need to keep him pure, keep him fresh throughout the entire season. And that means the Patriots is going to have to look for another threat at the running back position. So I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 list. It's pretty reasonable. I think we can, make an offer to a lot of the names I am going to mention. So with that being said, guys, let's just kind of get into last season with the Patriots as far as running with the football. So as of, the Patriots in 2023, obviously, we was inconsistent. Pretty much the whole offense was inconsistent. But the Patriots, we did run for 1,600 yards with 415 carries, 9 rushing touchdowns. The Patriots was 25th in yards per carry at 3.9, 26 in yards, rushing yards per game at 95.7. So obviously, last year was a downhill year for the Patriots when it comes to running the football. That's just so not like the Patriots. When you think of Bill Belichick, the way he runs the offense, he's all about pounding the football, being dominant at the line of scrimmage. And I think Alex, our offensive coordinator, I think he has the same vision. I seen a really good quote he said where he talked about running the football wins championships. And to a degree, he's right, especially when it comes to December, when it gets to that cold weather, cold atmosphere, you want to be able to run the football. That's what's really important in those key games later in the season where you want to win. And I guess to kind of start things off, I guess I have 6 running backs because I'm going to throw in Ezekiel Elliot just to start off with. I think Zeke, we only paid him, $3 million last year for 1 year. I think if he was to come back, I think he'll be affordable where we can give him, maybe something along the lines of a 1 year, $6 million deal, maybe $4 million guaranteed. I just like what I seen from Ezekiel Elliot last year. There was some spurts where, he ran the football where he could have gained even 15 yards or 20 yards. Like, there were a lot of plays where, he got tripped up and stuff where he just doesn't have that same explosiveness. But where I think Ezekiel Elliott, where I think he produced the most is in the passing game. When you look at the screen plays, Zeke was really involved. And I think he gained a lot of momentum on a lot of plays last year where we used him on a lot of bubble plays and just him catching out of the backfield. I do think that, bringing him back can definitely be a good addition to the Patriots. But to really get it started, Kareem Hunt, that's one name he's a free agent. When you look at last year, he didn't have, the rushing yards, but he did score, he did have 9 rushing touchdowns. I know, looking at Deshaun Watson, I know that team was kind of falling apart, and then Chubbs ended up getting hurt, and that's when they decided to re-sign Hunt. But it looks like Hunt, he had, it just seems like, last year, he was definitely involved a lot in that Browns offense, and I think he was a key part of why the Browns made the playoffs. I still think he has a lot of juice left in him. I definitely think that he's a flexible running back. We can definitely use him a lot when it comes to the red zone because he is a goal line set, running back. He will punch it in. He does have that strength in him. That's one guy that I really think can really benefit the Patriots is Kareem Hunt. And again, with him, I know it's reasonable. We can sign him to a 1 year, $4.1 million deal. I think that's affordable, and I think that's reasonable. And I think, Kareem Hunt will be a really good, flexible running back to Rhamondre Stevenson. And even with Kareem Hunt, he's another guy that can catch in the backfield. So I really like that signing if we were to go after Kareem Hunt. Another guy I wanted to talk about is Antonio Gibson from the Redskins. The Commanders. I heard rumors they're changing it back to the Redskins, but Antonio Gibson, another explosive running back. I mean, this guy has over 1,200 career receiving yards and 172 receptions, and this guy's a running back. So obviously he's a really good flex. He'll be a really good flex for the Patriots. Again, guys, when we look at Rhamondre Stevenson, again, he's going to pound the football. He's going to be that rusher for us. But the Patriots need a secondary running back that can be more explosive, be more agile. We definitely need just like a quickster, speedster. And I think, I think Gibson would be a germ for us, guys. I think he can really be productive in the backfield. He's pretty much, when you look at his numbers, I mean, last season he had 40 catches for 300 yards as a receiving back last year. I mean, that's a guy that can do both on he can run on the ground and then he could be, receiving back. I mean, I think he could be a really good addition last year. Then another guy I'm looking at is Tony Pollard. This guy was, he's had a lot of successful years with the Cowboys. Even when you look at the departure of Ezekiel Elliot, I mean, I feel like Pollard had a lot of, stellar years. It sucks that he tore his ACL, but he did come back last year. He did play at a high level. I don't believe the Cowboys are going to franchise tag him. So, we won't, I think the Patriots should be able to make a move for him. And also with Pollard, I mean, Pollard, when you look at his consecutive games, I mean, every year he's had over 1,000 yards, on the ground for the last couple of seasons. I mean, he's been consistent. He can fight through injury. He's a tough guy. He plays through injuries, and I think he can really fit the Patriots pedigree. When it comes to, sacrificing your body, he's gonna do all those things. He's a really physical runner, hard runner, and I like what we've seen from him. And even when the pressure was on him, when Zeke was kind of fading out of Dallas, that's when he rose to the occasion and he became that guy for Dallas. And again, he's just another player that I think has a lot more juice in him, and I think he can be a really good addition to, Rhamondre Stevenson as well. But that's one running back to look out for. Another guy on my list that I put was Chase Edmonds. This was a guy that, when you look at him with, Miami, and with the Cardinals, I mean, he is super fast, guys. This is a guy that's super explosive from the backfield. I think, the Patriots should definitely use him to run the ball. I think he should split some carries with Rhamondre. I think, Chase, he's a guy that speed, if we can get him on stretch runs, plays like that, I think he can really, run, he could average maybe 4 yards a carry if we can really put him in a situation where, of his style of running with the football, because he is speed. And that is exactly what the Patriots need on offense. We need more explosiveness with some speed. And I guess this is the first guy I've mentioned on this list that has a lot of speed. And just looking at what he did in Miami, guys, I understand, looking at what he did. I mean, he only rushed for 120 yards. He only had 2 touchdowns, 42 carries last year. But I just think if you put him in a new situation, a good offensive line, I think speed kills, and I think he's going to be a really good addition to the Patriots if we can add him. Another guy I definitely want to throw in there is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This is one guy that, we've seen, us as Patriots fans, we played against him a bunch of times. He's a guy, he's a miniature, running back, 5'7". Looking at what he's did in his 4 seasons, I think when you look at last year and the last 2 seasons, his role being a running back has diminished, but I still think that, given the circumstances, I still think he's that slivery running back. He's that guy that can still find his holes, find the gaps, and also another receiving back, another flex kind of tweener kind of running back. But I just like how, he runs the football. He's patient. He finds the holes. And again, he is a small guy, so he can just sliver right in for those first downs. Even if it's, 3rd and 1 situations, I still think he can slither his way into those first downs and move the chains. This is a running back that I really like. I think he's a sleeper, but I still think that he has still a lot to give when it comes to the Patriots. When you look at his style of running and the schemes that he runs, I mean, you can put him in pretty much any offense. A young player, but I still think that he definitely still has a lot of juice left, guys. I mean, I think the only weakness that he does have is his pass blocking isn't the best. That's why I probably wouldn't put him so much on 3rd down possessions. But outside of that, guys, I think that he would be a really good fit for the Patriots. So with that being said, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. These are my top 5 running backs. I was going to put in Saquon Barkley. I was going to add him in, but I just think it's not ideal. I think either the Chargers or the Texans is going to pick him up. But Saquon, I mean, to just throw it out there, I mean, I think he would be a good signing for the Patriots. I just think he'll be his contract will be worth a lot more than these guys that I mentioned. I think he's probably going to want 2 years, $14 million, something along those lines. But I think he would be a really good, like a power dual couple with Rhamondre. You know, I think that would be like a power couple right there. If they were to both be, you know, coming at you, you know, downhill every play, just running the football, I think that's going to be a tough assignment for a lot of defenses to match up with. But with everything being said, guys, I want to hear you guys' opinion. For you Patriot fans, what are some running backs are you hoping that the Patriots will go after? Did I miss a running back? Tell me your guys' thoughts, guys. You know, this is the first time I kind of made a video like this. So I hope I did a good job with my list, and I hope you guys, you know, appreciate the list, and I hope, you know, you guys kind of put your input. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for subscribing, and for, you know, you Patriot fans, I know it's all about the offense. It's all about the offense. And I'll probably do another video where I'll probably talk about some tight ends that's a free agent. And again, I know free agency is creeping up. The market is about to open in a few days. So there's still a lot to uncover, guys. So until next time, have a good day. Peace.